Everyone to this council meeting for August 25th. We're going to start off with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Martino,
Here.
Belcom,
Here.
Tap,
Here.
Claus,
Here.
Harris,
Here.
Peggy,
Here.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Klaus.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to excuse Mr. Dyke from tonight's meeting.
Questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Belcom,
Yes.
Tap,
Very good. Next, we're going to move, there's no minutes. We're going to move on to the audience comments. Citizens may address their concerns to City Council. Please state your name and address for the recorded journal, and please keep it to a 3-minute limit.
My name is Julie Dively, 316 Kiwanis Avenue in Huron. And I was here for the last meeting, and my concern is with the flock cameras. And I appreciate that the chief wrote the article in the paper and spoke here, but it didn't answer all my concerns. And I just still have concerns about this huge database that, you know, we've purchased these cameras, and we're recording all the innocent people along with the criminals, and then it seems like we're sharing it with this huge database that none of us should want that. I don't understand why that's a good thing. And we don't have to share it. According to what I've read, we could have zero sharing or sharing with just other police departments or sharing with this big national database. So I just have very, very serious concerns about my privacy and everyone's privacy, especially in a small town where you have these cameras and it's the same people riding around. There might, you know, there's some visitors and stuff, but that's us, someone recording all our movements and everything we're doing. And I just don't think that's a good thing. I think it's dangerous. And I'm just hoping that you as a council look at the contract that you sign with them, because their goals are different than our goals in Huron. They're a big, huge billionaire company that's building a national database. And Lord knows what they want to do with that. It's not a good thing. And they're really rich. They've made a ton of money in not a long time. And so that's, I guess, what I just would hope you as a council would look at that and make me feel a little better about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lively. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Spencer Ritter, 28 South Court, lifelong Huron resident, lifelong Rye Beach resident. Also have 2 short-term rentals in the Rye Beach neighborhood, which is why I popped in a couple meetings back. I heard there was maybe some issues with short-term rentals. Wanted to hear what was going on. I was relieved to hear it sounds like the problem is some transient guests causing disturbances or problems for residents. Not relieved because I would wish that on anybody. I absolutely believe that residents and neighbors are more important than transient guests would ever be. I was relieved personally because I didn't know what the problem was. I thought maybe I was part of the problem, and come to find out it's not me, because that's not how I operate. I live in the neighborhood where I have my rentals at. I love my neighborhood, love my neighbors. They all know me. They know my number. They know they can call me if there's any issues, but they don't have to because I'm right there on top of my properties, and any issues we've had have ever been small, but I'm quick to address them before it gets to the point where the neighbors even need to worry about it. Sounds like maybe The issue is some of the absentee, out-of-town, out-of-state owners just speculating. But to that end, I appreciate that we have the 3 strikes rule that we have to weed out any problem properties and hopefully keep the good guys around, which I like to think I'm one of. I did hear comments that maybe the 3 strikes needs to be a bit more stringent, and if people are having problems, I can't say I disagree with that. But I also heard a comment that I appreciate, which was that there does need to be a threshold, which at the moment is a citation. It sounds like there does need to be a threshold to prevent a disgruntled neighbor or somebody with a personal vendetta, whatever it is, from making unfounded, a few unfounded phone calls, and then somebody will lose their business, their livelihood. So it sounds like the city council is trying to find a balanced approach, and from my standpoint as a short-term rental owner, I appreciate that. And also I appreciate with the recent moratorium that it doesn't affect those of us who already have a license. That would be financially catastrophic for that to all of a sudden be pulled out from under me. So, I appreciate that. And I think it sends a good message to investors of the city, in any capacity, that somebody wouldn't just be allowed to have their business or their livelihood pulled out from under them. So, just aware of the time here. Again, just sounds like it's a very balanced approach, and thank you. I hope you all figure out something that, and hopes the good guys stick around and weeds out the problem properties. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritter. Anyone else? Okay, moving on to old business. We have resolution number 57-2026.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Klaus.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to place resolution number 57-2026 on its 3rd and final reading.
Questions on that motion? Roll call.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes. Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, members of council, staff, and guests in attendance, and those watching at home. This is resolution number 57-2026, a resolution declaring the city of Huron's withdrawal of its membership in the Huron Joint Recreation District, established pursuant to resolution number 1995-16, adopted on June 12, 1995, and certifying such withdrawal to the Huron Joint Recreation District Board.
Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is the 3rd and final on this. If this passes tonight, what will happen is we will submit a letter of resignation to HGRD. After that, the township will vote on doing the same thing. If they vote to do the same thing and submit a letter of resignation, HGRD at that point would cease to exist. HGRD has had a lot of wonderful leadership in it for many, many years. This is nothing to do with how it's been run. It's how it was organized, and we never managed to get it across the line to fully function as a district. So bringing this back in, it operates pretty much as a city department. It will be a city department, hopefully keeping the same wonderful leadership that we have currently, bringing them across. So with that, I'll happily answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Hamilton? Final adoption.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes. Next, we have resolution number 58-2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Klaus.
I make a motion to place resolution number 58-2026 on its 3rd and final reading.
Question on the motion? Roll call, please.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes. Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 58-2026, a resolution establishing a City Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, investing in the City Parks and Recreation Advisory Board the authority to advise City Council on the supervision, management, and maintenance of the parks that are situated within the city of Huron.
Good. Mr. Steinwert.
So, yes, this is also a third reading, transitioning from HCRD to a Huron Parks and Rec Advisory Board. Once again, the biggest takeaway is everything remains closely the same. These bylaws that were drafted were presented to the current HCRD board. Staff went over it, legal went over it. Talks about purpose and responsibilities, advise and assist, monitor, support and recommend. Last meeting we talked about the 5-member makeup, appointed by council, 1 appointed by township trustees. I would also like to recognize Mr. Solberg's here in attendance, chair of our HCRD board, and also for the future Parks and Rec Advisory.
Any questions for Mr. Steinwert? Very good. Final adoption.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Klaus.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to adopt the bylaws of the City of Huron Parks and Recreation Board as included in the agenda packet.
Any questions on that motion? Final adoption?
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes. Moving on, we have an ordinance number 2026-21.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Hagee.
I move that ordinance number 2026-21 be placed on its third and final reading.
Questions on the motion? Roll call?
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is ordinance number 2026-21, an ordinance establishing the rate to be paid by residential property owners for the period of January 2027 through December 2027 for residential solid waste collection and disposal, authorizing and directing the Director of Finance to certify the costs of same to the Erie County Auditor for placement on the tax duplicate for collection with other city taxes in 2027.
Very good. Mr. Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This ordinance is establishing our rate for public services. We're entering the end of our 5-year contract with them. Negotiating with them, we were able to do a 3-year optional extension, and that would be a 9.5% reduction from the rate to start next year from the original contract to what the price we're certifying tonight, taking it from $28 a month per can down to $26. And that's a 4% reduction from this year's current rate. And this rate would take effect to start 2027. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Questions for Mr. Phillips? Final adoption?
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Very good. Next, we have ordinance number 2026-22.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Artino.
I move to place ordinance number 2026-22 on its second reading, please.
Questions on the second reading? Roll call?
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecom,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is ordinance number 2026-22, an ordinance amending and restating Chapter 557, Grass, Weeds, and Vegetation, the Huron Codified Ordinances.
Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was going to play a game and see how long I could talk about weeds and tall grass for tonight, but I'll make it short. Basically what we're doing is we're rewriting this, taking out the stipulations of what we say are weeds and tall grass. We're referring back to the experts at the state, so we'll always refer back to them anytime they update their list of weeds. We will follow along. This was driven by a lot of people wanting to plant milkweed mainly, which we still classified as a weed. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Hamilton? Very good. Moving on, we have ordinance number 2026-24.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Klaus.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to place ordinance number 2026-24 on its second reading.
Questions on the second reading? Roll call.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecombe,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes. Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is ordinance number 2026-24, an ordinance amending and restating section 385.01, lowercase a1 rules, permit and fees of chapter 385, small boat mooring harbor of the Huron codified ordinances.
Good. Mr. Steinwert.
Second read on proposed 2027 rate adjustment for seasonal dockage at the Huron Boat Basin. Historically, we've reviewed probably every 5 years on the seasonal dockage, and the transients we've gone to every other year. So 2 years ago we did this dockage. We're looking at again adopting it this year in 2027. Slight increase from like the 20, we have a slight difference, I should say, of the resident and non-resident rates. So like a 20-foot slip is a $40 increase, and a 30-foot slip is a $60 increase for a resident, where non is a resident is a $40 increase for a 20-foot slip and a $90 increase for a 30-foot slip. To give you a little bit of background. So the cost, we look at operating the marina, maintaining the marina, increase in utilities, maintenance, repairs go up. And so we feel that every 2 years is a good way to try to adjust that. But I'd be happy to answer your questions. This is a second read.
Any questions for Mr. Steinwert? Very good. Thanks, Scotty.
Thank you.
Next, resolution number 66-2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Artino.
I move to place resolution number 2066-2026 on the second reading, please.
Questions on the second reading? Roll call.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecombe,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 66-2026, a resolution certifying sidewalk repair and/or construction charges to the Erie County Auditor for collection.
Mr. Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. If I may tackle this in the following legislation. With the completion of the first cycle of sidewalk repairs and tree maintenance, these unpaid invoices are being certified for special assessment. The amount owed is broken out over 4 years with no interest added. The county auditor does add a 2% fee for their to pay their service, but if there's any questions, I'm happy to address them.
No questions, Mr. Phillips?
Phillips. Thanks. Moving on, we have resolution number 67-2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Hagee.
move that resolution number 67-2026 be placed on its second reading.
Questions on the second reading? Roll call, please.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecombe,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 67-2026, a resolution certifying tree removal and/or maintenance charges to the Erie County Auditor for collection.
Very good. Mr. Phillips. Moving on to new business. Ordinance number 2026-25.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Biddlecombe.
I move that we waive the 3 reading rule and place ordinance number 2026-25 on its first reading.
Questions on the first reading? Roll call, please.
Middlecombe,
Yes.
Cap,
Yes.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Very good. Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is ordinance number 2026-25, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2025-31, adopted on December 23, 2025, to provide for supplemental appropriations from the general fund and other funding sources, and to provide for cash transfers.
Very good. Mr. Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This budget is really just some cleanup. So we've had a few insurance claims, grants that were successful. So just reimbursing some of those line items that we can give back to the departments to reuse. Two of the areas that are truly budget increases are both for the fire department, one, overtime, and two, maintenance expenses for new tires for the ambulance. And overtime is really just nature of call volume being high, and various staffing issues. And then some of the other cleanup we're doing is with us leaving HGRD, and us we'll be transferring that money directly from the general fund to the parks department, rather than through a physical check we used to write to the Huron Joint Recreation District. And then also with the sale of the Conagra lot, we're able to repay the advance that the general fund transacted in 2025. So giving that $25,000 back to the general fund. If there's any specific questions on these budget items, I'm happy to jump into them.
Any questions from Ms. Phillips?
Final
adoption.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Very good. Next, we have ordinance number 2026-18. I'd like to make a motion to waive the three reading rule, place ordinance number 2026-18 on its first reading. Roll call.
Pat?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Very good. Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is ordinance number 2026-18, an ordinance providing for the issuance and sale of bonds in the maximum principal amount of $1,590,000 to pay cost of constructing, reconstructing, resurfacing, paving, grading, draining, and making other improvements to the South Main Street corridor in the city, and in connection therewith, constructing and reconstructing curbs, gutters, sidewalks, concrete aprons, storm sewers, catch basins, and related drainage facilities, parking spaces, and a multi-use trail, installing or relocating utilities, and replacing or adding signage, lighting, traffic signals, pedestrian safety improvements, hardscaping, and landscaping, together with all necessary related improvements and appurtenances thereto, all as designated in the plans approved or to be approved by council, and declaring an emergency.
I would like to make a motion to declare ordinance number 2026-18 an emergency. Questions on that motion? Roll call, please.
Pat?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Very good. Mr. Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This ordinance putting out a public sale for a bond for the South Main Street streetscape project. We went back and forth with bond counsel a few times, looking if it made more sense to do a direct placement with the bank versus a public sale. The timing worked out really well with some grant funding opportunities for the boat basin as well. So that legislation you'll see later tonight, but putting those projects together, both being tax exempt and being able to take advantage of that, a better rate, and the competitiveness of a public sale made the most financial sense to try to do these together and take advantage of all the grant funding to knock out these two big projects. This bond will be for 20 years. We anticipate rates to be somewhere between 4 and 5%. And these amounts you see here, the 1.59 million, is a maximum. We anticipate it'll be less than that. So.
Any questions from Mr. Phillips?
Final adoption.
Pat?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Very good. Next on the agenda is resolution number 68-2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Harris.
move that we place resolution 68-2026, waive the three reading rule and place it on its first reading, please.
Questions on the three reading? Roll call.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 68-2026. A resolution authorizing the city manager to accept the proposal and enter into an agreement with K.E. McCartney and Associates, Inc. for professional construction engineering and inspection services relating to the South Main Streetscape project, known as PID 118507, in the amount of $261,150.62.
Very good. Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We put an RFQ out for firms to do our contract administration and inspection on this project. We got a lot of responses. We got 5. KEM were scored the highest. At that point, we go in to negotiate on pricing because it's a request for qualifications. KEM came back with $261,150.62. We believe that's high. We no longer do the set amounts on our projects. We switch them all to time and materials. So we will only get billed for services that we actually use. So we do not expect to get close to that 260, but it's a not to exceed amount, so that's what we'll legislate. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Hamilton? Roll call.
Harris.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Martino.
Yes.
Middlecombe.
Yes.
Cap.
Yes.
Claus.
Yes.
Very good. Next, we have ordinance number 2026-26. I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3 reading rule and place ordinance number 2026-26 on its first reading. Questions on that? Roll call.
Cap.
Yes.
Claus.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Martino.
Yes.
Middlecombe.
Yes.
Very good, Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is ordinance number 2026-26. An ordinance providing for the issuance and sale of bonds in the maximum principal amount of $800,000 for the purpose of paying the cost of improving the city's boat basin and related facilities, including replacing floating docks and decking, and constructing, reconstructing, and installing structural improvements related thereto, demolishing existing boat docks and related appurtenances, installing lighting, safety, and other related equipment, and improving the electrical and other utility systems, together with all necessary related improvements and appurtenances thereto, all as designated in the plans approved or to be approved by council, and declaring an emergency.
I'd like to make a motion to declare ordinance number 2026-26 as emergency measure. Questions on that? Roll call.
Cap.
Yes.
Claus.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Martino.
Yes.
Middlecombe.
Yes.
Mr. Phillips, you're busy tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is the bond financing in tandem with the South Main Street Streetscape project. The bids came back higher than expected on the boat basin transient dockage project. We looked at maybe advancing from the general fund, but with the boat basin's cash flow capacity, it just didn't make sense. From a cash flow perspective, adding this piece in from our original budgeted expectations of the South Main Street project, it's only a $10,000 debt payment annually increase. So it made sense to try to get this done and utilize all the grant funding for this.
Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just to jump in, we all know the amount of money we need to spend on the boat basin. It's tired. It hasn't had a long love over the years. So we're trying to play a little bit catch up with this. We're getting to invest in some of the core utilities along with just the project for doing the docks. The electrical portion of this will take us forward for any other upgrades we do. Boats get smarter, they draw more power, and the electrical system down there just can't support it. The lights down there, do we have 4 different kind of lights down there, Doug? They will all be made the same, so it looks cohesive, it looks nice. It's a centerpiece of town, and I think if we don't start investing in it, it's just going to keep getting older and older looking. So that's wanted to.
Any questions or comments for Mr. Phillips, for Mr. Hamilton, or Mr. Steinwert? Final adoption.
Cap.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on. Sorry about
Just
that.
have one question. With the electrical upgrades, have we talked about the fact that a lot of the boats, the newer boats, are starting to become electric powered? We're going to think about like the actual, charging station ability.
You, Mr. Mayor. So the electrical work that we're looking at doing is the dock project itself is putting all the marine electrical infrastructure in. They are not charging stations, they are just shore hookups. But what we are doing is we're going to increase the service from First Energy because we're going to share the pad mount transformer with the secondary intake, which will be 480. So we will have plenty of juice coming through that service if at some point we get to a point that we do need charging stations.
That was my question.
But yeah, most of this electrical work is kind of background stuff so we can bring the newer docks online.
Yeah, it was just my question, since we have all these Teslas and, electric cars, might as well see if we're planning for that too.
Klaus.
Yeah, in addition on electrical, are we doing, Stu or Doug, are you doing 50 amp or a mixture of on the pedestals or what?
Yes, outside docks.
Is that the newer boats or bigger boats are going mostly 50? And then the lighting, is that going to match our standard lighting that we're using on the streets as well, or is there something different?
And we will be using the same lights. Anytime we put lights on the kind, it'll be the same kind. I just want to remind council that we did get a $50,000 grant for that project from the county. And then the street light fund will chip in to that project also. So we'll be using multiple funds to carry out the street.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions? Final adoption.
Knapp,
Yes.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecombe,
Yes.
Very good. Next, moving on, resolution number 69-2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Klaus.
I make a motion to waive the 3 reading rule and place resolution number 69-2026 on its first reading.
Questions on the first reading? Roll call.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecombe,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes. Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 69-2026. A resolution authorizing the city manager to award the base bid and enter into an agreement with Shoreline Contractors LLC for professional construction services relating to the Huron Boat Basin Floating Dock Replacement Project in the amount of $750,814.57.
Mr. Steinwert.
So yes, resolution 6926 is accept the base bid from
Shoreline Contractors. That includes the installation and replacement of new floating docks and decking, basically their concrete pavers for our transient docks on B and H Pier. So B Pier is on the south side next to the yacht club, and H Pier backs up to the river, the 32-foot docks. This installation includes all the anchoring systems, the gangways, the utility power pedestals. We did receive 5 base bids, and we opened those on July 15th, and Shoreline Contractors was the lowest and best. I guess a reminder, this project was awarded $300,000 from the BIG, which is the Boating Infrastructure Grant, through ODNR this year, and then we received last year $200,000 from the House Bill 2 from the one-time Strategic Community Investment Fund for a total of $500,000 that will go to this project. Mr. Phillips outlined how we would bridge that gap to the 750 with the bonds, and then the timeline, if that's a question that's going to be asked always, is they can start after, if awarded, they could start after December 1st, and the completion date would be April 1st, 27. Be happy to answer any other questions.
Any questions for Mr. Steinwert? Very good. Thanks. Final adoption.
Claus,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Peggy,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Middlecombe,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yes. Moving on, ordinance number 2026-27.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Biddlecombe.
I move to waive the three reading rule and place ordinance number 2026-27 on its first reading tonight.
Questions on the first reading? Roll call.
Biddlecombe?
Yes.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Very good. Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is ordinance number 2026-27, an ordinance amending codified ordinance section 305.01, traffic control map, and codified ordinance section 305.02, traffic control file, to reflect 1. Removal of the traffic signal at the intersection of US 6 and Center Street. 2. Termination of Jim Campbell Boulevard at Center Street, creating a dead end. 3. Vehicular traffic not permitted on Van Rensselaer Street. And 4. Removal and installation of traffic control signs relating to the US 6 Phase 2 project and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Biddlecombe.
I move that ordinance number 2026-27 be passed as an emergency measure.
Questions on the emergency? Roll call.
Biddlecombe?
Yes.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Very good. Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is pretty much playing catch up from the project, documenting everything we removed, documenting everything that we installed, documenting everything that we changed. This doesn't cover advisory signs, only signs that are enforceable, speed signs, parking signs, things like that. So there was a nice big map and a big list of signs that went along with this legislation, but pretty much we are making sure it's enforceable for the police department. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Hamilton? Final adoption.
Biddlecombe?
Yes.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Resolution number 70-2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Artino.
I move to waive the three reading rule and place resolution number 70-2026 on the first reading, please.
Questions on the three reading? Roll call, please.
Martino?
Yes.
Biddlecombe?
Yes.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 70-2026, a resolution authorizing and directing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Huron Township Board of Trustees for the services of the Huron Township Building Department to exercise enforcement authority and accept and approve plans and specifications and make all necessary inspections under the commercial, industrial, and residential 1, 2, and 3 family codes of Ohio within the city of Huron.
Very good. Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is another 5-year renewal. The language is basically the same from the last 5-year agreement that we had. The only substantive change we made was we changed it from a 60-day cancellation on either side to a 6-month. Just if something were to happen that one side or other decided to cancel, it takes a long time to spin up a building department. So outside of that, the agreement is the same as it was the last time around. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Hamilton? Final adoption.
Martino?
Yes.
Biddlecombe?
Yes.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have resolution number 71-2026.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Artino.
I move to waive the three reading rule and place resolution number 71-2026 on the first reading, please.
Questions on the first reading? Roll call.
Martino?
Yes.
Biddlecombe?
Yes.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Peggy?
Yes.
Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 71-2026, a resolution of necessity recommending and approving of inspections of property citywide in anticipation of enforcement of sidewalk-related ordinances and Ohio law related to sidewalks.
Very good. Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is not to be confused with the sidewalk program. This is just our yearly catch-all when we go out and there's safety issues with sidewalks. This gives us the ability to go out and follow ORC with notification periods, costs, and then assessment at the end. So happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Hamilton? Final adoption.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Brady?
Yes.
Okay, next we have resolution number 72-2026. I'd like to make a motion to waive the three reading rule and place resolution number 72-2026 on its first reading. Questions on that motion? Roll call.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Brady?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Mr. Schrader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is resolution number 72-2026. A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an economic development Trex transfer form from the Division of Liquor Control, All Town Trails, LLC.
Very good. Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a Trex request to bring in another liquor license for I-5s. Ms. Tolman Townsend has requested to bring one in. The intention is to bring it in, put it on the property, and try and move the property on. If that doesn't happen in short order, then the intention is to open it up as themselves to get it back functioning again. The estimation is that this would probably bring in about 10 plus full-time positions.
We are expanding currently, and the next door is like double the size. So I, now have two of them pretty much, and the guys that work for me are all like kind of excited now. They kind of want us to take this one over too. But I'd like to see, what kind of inquiries we get before I jump on a third bandwagon of doing it.
Yes.
So, but I am willing to do it otherwise because I do think it's needed in the boat basin. I've had other inquiries from different types of businesses, and I feel like that it's best suited for what it is. And also, I don't know, I'm getting more excited seeing that you guys are doing all these renovations in the boat basin. So
Yep.
I think that would even, fit everything even better. So.
Mr. Haney, do we keep track? I read in the notes that there are so many based on the population, but you have an exception, for tourist areas or whatever. Do we keep track of how many we're accepting above our allotted amount, if you will? Does that make sense?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the city does not.
We don't.
The Ohio Liquor Department tracks that stuff for us. We have our cap, and that's why they allow Trexies. If there's a need within a jurisdiction for economic development reasons, then they will allow you to bring one in. They're not assigning a new license to the state. You have to find one and bring it in. And she already has one she can bring in.
But let's say we're allowed 10 per our population. We don't know if we have 20 or 30 or 11. We don't know. Okay.
That would be all.
But we can get that information.
We can find out.
We can find out.
Any other questions? Final adoption.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Brady?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Very good. All right, moving on. Manager's report. Mr. Hamilton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll start off with donations. The Huron Historical Society made a generous $200 cash donation to the Canine Fund. We'd like to thank them for their donation and ask for a motion to accept said donation.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the $200 donation from the Huron Historical Society to the Canine Fund. Questions on the motion? Roll call.
Cap?
Yes.
Claus?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Brady?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Middlecom?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. South Main Streetscape Design and Engineering Project. We're currently expected to start that project second week of September. We're doing flyers up for the local businesses and any residents that will be affected. We'll take them out hand deliver them, talk to the businesses, make sure they know what's going on, what will be shut, what will be open. The intent at this point is to keep southbound traffic flowing on Main Street. Northbound traffic will be diverted Bogart to Williams and Center. So we can always be working in one lane on Main Street, and we can move it side to side as we need. So southbound will be open on Main Street, northbound will go Bogart to Williams, Center, Standard, and the other side streets. Again, that will be part of the flyer. We'll make sure the local businesses understand that. And we think that project will probably go on because of the winter months through to March of next year. Chapter 1133, off-street parking. A draft amendment was submitted to the Planning Commission on 8/13. Planning Commission had no changes to what was submitted, so that amendment will come to Council for consideration. And that was just hardscaping on public parking lots. With the adoption of Ordinance 2026-23, enacting the moratorium on transient rentals, just a reminder, if you hold a license, you'll be able to renew it. They will carry on functioning. Transfers can happen. Anyone on the waiting list will stay there. They will not be able to pull an available license if one comes available until the end of the review. And we will not be letting anyone join the waiting list until the end of the moratorium time. As a side note, I've fielded a lot of calls from transient rental owners who are trying to have their voice heard and make sure that they have a say in this process. I've been very clear with them that this will be a very transparent process and everyone on all sides will be involved. I want to make sure that everybody hears that. We still have an opening on the Board of Zoning Appeals. If we get any brave soul who would like to join us, please call Terry at 419-433-5000, extension 1102. Parks and Rec, the picnic table grant, the city was awarded $9,606.50 by the Erie County Solid Waste District Recycle Materials Grant. Never make those simple. Funding will be used to purchase 6 new picnic tables for the boat basin shelters. Tables are on order and will be assembled and installed in the fall. Epic Grant, the city was awarded the $50,000 I mentioned earlier from the Epic Conventions and Visitors Bureau Board to be used towards the replacement of lights and poles around the boat basin area. We will pull the rest of the funding together from the bonding and from the street light. The Fall Golf Skills Academy, there's still time to register for the Fall Golf Skills Academy, ages 10 through 17, the Sawmill Creek Golf Course, and the program starts on September 13th. Fall balls here is began at Favens Park and will run to Saturdays and Sunday, September 20th. Safety services, the school inspections are all complete by the fire department and the buildings are all ready for the students. Fire department run volume is on pace to give us another good month. I'm not even going to use this number because it's a week old at this point, Chief. Where are we at?
Wow.
So they're keeping them busy. Fire training, you'll see the crews training along the lakeshore this month, using boats to supply the engine and ladder with water. So don't be panicked when you see our guys operating on the lakeside. Smoke detector program, fire department is in development phase with local Red Cross to begin smoke detector program to provide and install smoke detectors for Huron residents. There'll be more information on that to come. Water department staff we're looking at replacing the water line on Lincoln and Washington Street. We have an opportunity for another OPWC loan grant combo, and trying to find a project that doesn't overwhelm the budget, that will kind of fit into that $500,000 range, so that funding usually is in. So we're going to have a hard look at that one. We had 4 breaks in that area last year. It's not a particularly old line. It's just not a very good one. So we will look at that, and if we can make it work through grant funding and a little local dollars, we will. West Side Water Tower. I don't think anyone managed to go out there and sit and watch the whole thing go up. We have a very cool time-lapse video, but the bowl was raised. So now they will finish putting the roof on, all the safety proportions, and then they'll move inside to actually put the insides in it. Still have another year left on that project, so just because it looks like a pretty nice water tower, it's just a big empty dome at this point, so lots more work to do. Service department, we let you know we're looking at doing Riverside Drive. We sent a request for quotes out to all the local contractors that we use. We did a walkthrough. We're expecting pricing back in on 9/1. At that point, depending on how the pricing comes back in, will depend if we move forward with that project. Projects out to bid. We have the Conagra Seawall revetment project out to bid. Bids are due. So we did a walkthrough last week with all of the prospective bidders, and the bids are due September 7th at 2 p.m. Meetings for September, we have utilities, September 2nd at 5 o'clock in the council chambers. A city council meeting, Tuesday, September 8th at 6:30 in the council chambers. BZA meeting, Monday, September 14th at 5:30 in the council chambers. Planning Commission meeting, Wednesday, September 16th at 5 o'clock in the council chambers. We have our second council meeting on Tuesday, September 22nd at 6:30 in the council chambers. And finally, a reminder that the city administration offices will be closed September 7th for Labor Day. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Hamilton? Mr. Klaus?
Do we, and Doug, is there a Parks and Rec Board meeting on the 1st, September 1st, or what are we doing with that?
We were talking about that earlier today. We need an organization.
After the township recuses themselves, we won't really have any HRD members, and then we'll have new members to appoint. So we're talking about having a potential organizational meeting, but we're going to send something out Wednesday or Thursday to the current members.
So it won't be on the 1st, obviously.
It won't be on the 1st. Yeah. Well,
that would have been the regular schedule.
That would have been the regular schedule. But by Thursday, we'll have something out to clear it.
Good, because that won't be on the 1st.
Mr. Kennedy.
Do we have a rendition of what the South Main Street is going to look like? A final? Would you mind sending that out if we?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Mayor. So we don't have any nice pictures. We have the plan sets.
Okay.
But you can see what's going to happen from the main pages on the plan sets. You can see where the multi-use path will be, how the roads are going to change, how the lanes, how the parking will change a little bit, where the street lights are going. So yeah, for sure, I'll share it out.
And have we shared that with the businesses on South Main?
Yeah, so we did a series of meetings with the businesses. Everyone was invited probably 18 months ago. We went through it in depth on the TV with lots of questions. We made a lot of changes based on the feedback we got. But when we go back out, we'll have the main pages that kind of show what's going on with us, so we can walk people.
Any other questions for Mr. Hamilton? All right, Mayor's discussion. I'll keep this short. I want to thank Ms. Stively, Mr. Ritter, and I apologize because I didn't catch your name, Ms. Jamie? Jamie, okay. Thank you for coming in. Ms. Dively, I was not here at that meeting. I was not here at the meeting for the clock, but I did, like I said, I believe I came and spoke with the chief, so we went over everything. So I'm getting a better understanding of everything. I'm learning and I'm seeing, I want to get both sides. Everybody's looking into it. We are. We are looking into it. But thank you so much for coming in, because truly appreciate when you guys come in and speak. Appreciate it. I want to thank the Huron Historical Society for making the canine donation. The Trex, that's something needs to be done with that down there. Okay? It's been vacant too long, so it's back in the heyday, and some of the older people on the council, Mr. Hagan, Mr. Artino, know how good that went. So they've told me about it. So
yeah, right.
And Mr. Klaus, the water tower.
Even though he's a psycho.
I will tell you, I did go out to watch that get lifted. It was like watching paint dry. So I didn't stay long, but that is a huge task, an undertaking, and it just amazes me. But they're doing a great job. It looks good, so hopefully we get this wrapped up. It's going to take some time, but when it's done, it's going to be a good asset to the community. Mr. Ritter, I think he left as far as the transient rental. Believe me, behind the scenes, there's a whole lot of work going on, especially with our law department and staff. And all this stuff is going to come back to council. We've had several meetings with residents, so that's another thing that we are seriously looking into. And I guess we're looking forward to having some work sessions, and like Mr. Hamilton said, those work sessions, everybody is invited. So please show up and give us your input. Other than that, I have nothing else, so we will move to the good of the order. Mr. Hagee.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody who came also. It doesn't happen often, and for someone to come and say we're doing a good job, that doesn't happen ever. So unfortunately you left. But no, thank you for coming. I personally don't read Face, Twit, book, whatever it's called, and so this is the best way to get input. So thank you very much. I wanted to also express my condolences to the Ward family and the Phillips family. Betty Ward passed away a couple weeks ago, and Rita Phillips passed away about a week ago. Both of them longtime Huron residents. Mrs. Ward was very involved, for those of us of a certain age, Mrs. Ward was very involved in the Booster Club and doing things with the school. So my condolences to those families. That's all I had.
Thank you, Mr. Hagee. Mr. Harris.
Don't have anything to add tonight.
Very good. Mr. Klaus.
Just thanks everybody for coming. As we, there's, as Mr. Hagee said, there's not always, a lot of times we have no one here or one person. So we appreciate the input. I also, as Mayor Tapp said, I'm very looking forward to and want to point out the transient rental discussions and make sure that staff is aware. I know they're working hard on it, especially legal department, but I want to keep that moving as quickly as possible in terms of our to have our first work session, because we know we're going to probably have to have at least a couple, and want to get that rolling. The moratorium was so that something doesn't get crazy, but we also don't want that to be in place, for a super extended period of time either. I think there's a lot of discussion to be had. We had a lot of discussion. It was when several of us just got on council when we passed that originally, and we spent a lot of time getting it to where we thought it was good, but now it's time to review. A lot of things have happened, so that's a really important one for myself, but I think for the city as a whole. That's it.
Good. Mr. Biddlecombe.
All right, I'd like to thank everyone in the audience for coming in tonight, as well as those who watch us at home. Thank you, staff, for all your hard work. I'd like to thank the Historical Society for their donation and condolences to the families as well. Home games coming up. We have boys golf on August 31st and September 2nd. Girls tennis August 26th and 31st. Volleyball on September 3rd. And the first home game for football is against Hopewell Loudon this Friday, August 28th, followed up by our next away game at Genoa on September 4th. Please come out and support our local events, programs, student athletes, and go Tigers.
Good. Mr. Artino.
I just would like to thank everybody for coming out tonight and look forward to seeing you all again sometime. Thank you.
Very good. With that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Biddlecombe.
I move that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Questions? Roll call.
Biddlecombe?
Yes.
Yes.
Laws?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Daggy?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, everyone.